Oh yeah. Unale we pledge with love and loyalty to we sweet, sweet mama salute. Now we all come together as well. For tomorrow, now we go make salute.
Yes, family owner, welcome back to yet another very important segment we come through the Talking Point platform. Today again, we come on talk there, usual come on talk there. As always, very interesting. As always, I tell you, see, each and every day we get come on talk them for talk about. Past we tire about to get. So today we look at the protesters the protests they make in Washington. What in this protest mean? But this protest now in favor of the government. Say over the past weeks, we don't see protesters across the world, across Europe, Australia, America, UK. We don't see them protesting. Now it seems as if the sympathizers or the supporters of the government, they said, don't look at and say, perhaps if you don't do something, then protesters will gain momentum. They said, don't take up on them yourself. Then said, don't begin the protest. They can share them clip and they for Leon see. And secondly, ACC don't give President Bill 10 billion. According to Ben Kaifala, he said that the money would then come and take for Fed's corruption. Also, the money there was some people and be thief, now they don't get that. So, and also go look at the impact of the ECOWAS then decision. We don't raise serious security tension around the bloc, the West African bloc. We see even the Russian president Putin. They won't say ECOWAS not for go inside Niger. What in this mean for the sub-region? And also we go look at APC, 6 APC councillors. Then said don't go take the oath of office. Also parliament too, the councillors there, when the president, the vice president go na McKinney, then Kenema then this year, then said don't go take the oath of office, and President Bio don't release a new set of deputy ministers there. All this and more, and perhaps the most important part, the engagement, the interaction between we all, were some people linking. I mean, they can educate we now. Some man they do and through text, some man they call. Perhaps we go open the line, and we go encourage the one that we not subscribe it to not consider for subscribe. If not the first send this for watch we, well, this program we call on Komon-Tok, and the person the presenter most of the time or always, not me, Mr. Komon-Tok. And we welcome you and to we community members we don't know how for doing before the show, now this share, when I continue for share, when I help share. Now like the page on Facebook, and the other will not like it, and follow video as well. But we want to pay attention on YouTube because it means a lot for the algorithm. And it means a lot for we as well. So always not forget, click the like button. When you click the like button, is that you don't save them for yourself. All right. So anytime, especially on YouTube. Now Facebook, you go struggle small, but here, if once you don't click on. Anytime you want friend, I don't get for because sometimes we forget the title of the particular segment, the show where you watch, highly interesting. You forget. I'll go remember this thing. I'll be making. But if you don't like anytime you want, you could just go straight to your like pages, like videos, and then you see the particular clip where you look for. So very easy, right? All right. So not a waste time as always. We can just now can continue with the show. All right.
Talking Point platform for news everything now we country alone. For education, entertainment, political affairs, Chinti TV. We got enough Tanga one inside Sierra Leone like a big quantity. Intermission, TTP TV.
Sierra Leone now one kind of interesting country to a point that sometimes you want to take the joke where people and say when God don't make all the other race there, the black race, it puts them for as comedian, for with the laugh yourself, for fundy. But anyway, that's not just some people out of maybe anger, they talk something that way not can necessarily be true. So today we see another protest, but I want to make something very clear. Yeah, politics step and playing up at them protests. Yeah, this is no longer about the democracy, because we see the protests that will take place now UK. The people and we organizer, if you check a good number of them, or the Agbagba they were organizer, these people and APC stalwarts there, or we don't see the known faces there, but they use the caption "Save Our Democracy," and they not even put like say they go campaign and they talk for APC. But to be very honest with you, a lot of people there, because are opportune for witness cover one of them protesting day. A lot of people in back way go on that particular day. These are Sierra Leoneans and not got nothing to do with politics. And say some are not to APC, not to SLPP. They're not just like waiting, but they go on because over the past 6 months, 8 months, will be there happen build up of evidence for sure. Say this result's not going to be free and fair, and people are not going to acceptance. So and people are show concern, then go share. But today we see back another group of Sierra Leoneans when then said I'm going to Washington. Guess what they do now? But then self no say like just like the other protests in UK, na Belgium, na Australia, no not put and say we can't protest for APC. No, not put and so they say waiting save our democracy protest. So but in that banner day, people anyway hide them political, actually them thoughts, they hide them behind that banner. Well, it is fine, you understand. But people in the way actually we're not a politician, they not belong to no political party while they talk with personally and just not be happy with him go on. But this particular protest again we see. In fact, they can't put on and say they're not put and say save our democracy, then say celebrating democracy. And guess what? That same protest they get for take place na Holland. Baba Sheikh, if you are the follower, instead of make that advert this. So what is going on? Anyway, let's share for alone and see what will they talk. Today this protest will take place in Washington, then call celebrating democracy. Let we see, let we go.
Sierra Leone! Hello, America! Hello, the world! Sierra Leoneans are here today. Patriotic Sierra Leoneans are here to tell the world that Sierra Leone is one of the most peaceful countries in the world. We are here to tell America. We are here this morning, this moment of the clock in the entire universe to tell the world that Sierra Leone is a peaceful country. I have the privilege, I have the audacity, I have the panache to introduce the person that is going to prepare this peaceful introduction. So before I introduce our gentleman who has done nothing better than patriotic civilians, I want all civilians to recite our national anthem, the anthem that freed us from slavery and colonization. And the three counts. Everybody, let's go. 1, 2, 3, go. Hallelujah. I'm about to introduce the chairman. I'm about to introduce the one that is going to lead this cause. We are here for a mission. We are here to tell you can see us and the night path. These are the good people. These are the people that represent peace and tranquility in Sierra Leone. I'm about to introduce the chairman. This man is a human activist. The man that I'm about to introduce, he has prepared several activist organizations in Sierra Leone. He's a gentleman based in New York City in America. He attended university in the New York City. This man has an organization in Sierra Leone, a young dynamic guy. He has been helping young and child people, people in the street. Ladies and gentlemen, my patriot, my countrymen, are you ready to see the channel for this program? Say, Sierra Leone! To you, I'm not going to name the person, actual name, because I want the least person in the interior village of Sierra Leone to know that this is the man and this is the name everybody knows. Put your hands together for CSO Mandu. Thank you very much, thank you very much, thank you very much, thank you very much. Sierra Leone, are we ready? Are we here to celebrate democracy? Are we here to defend our democracy? Ladies and gentlemen, we are moving straight to the point. Today we are here as Sierra Leoneans, patriotic Sierra Leoneans, to rewrite the story. Few words Sierra Leoneans of patriotic, undeserving, have taken on the international community to discredit Sierra Leone democracy. We, the sons and daughters of Sierra Leone, from all walks of life in the United States, we are here this morning in Washington, D.C., in the premises of the state of the United States of America, to unite that state. The international community to celebrate that Sierra Leone is about to celebrate democracy. Shout for democracy!
That's Uganda.
We are here to inform the international community that we are a peaceful country. Sierra Leone, for 2 decades, we have had change of government.
That's not a Uganda, Randy. A Uganda. What's your piece in a Uganda?
We have had peace for over 2 decades. We have observed and propagated.
That's in Uganda, Randy. What's your piece again?
Anybody can see. Anybody can
Yes.
I want you to know, you're good. That democracy should continue. As you can see, the structures are here. TV, we hope you are picking on them. The structures are here. All right, let us continue to celebrate democracy. Sierra Leoneans, as we are here today, we are going to inform the international community that as people of Sierra Leone, as peaceful citizens of Sierra Leone, we are here to celebrate our democracy. We are here to celebrate our democracy.
All right, so Fambul, at least when I don't get a glimpse of what's in the take place. this particular protest here. Well, I want to put something. I want to put something. I want to put something on and see. What's in between some of the banners there. Let's just put something on and see. You see, as soon as they see, these are the pictures there. But when you read out the pictures there, these are the let's just see that for because maybe not clear. Let's just read waiting the part some of the banners there. The placard there. Some of the placard there, waiting there right there. All right. In some of the placards there, they write the President Madabio won the election. And then say power to the people, democracy prevail. Do you want to safeguard democracy? This is not clear anyway. It's not clear. All right. So basically, this entire protest, when you watch the placard there, you get one after the other. You go no say this are something sponsored by mainly SLPP sympathizers them for when are the rights for do you understand, but no more they no get a sort of like they not come out plain and say this now for SLPP. Just like what I talk about the example on the protests that will take place now UK, now Australia, you know, say now the faces the way they part them protests and the mainly now APC stalwarts, there's APC supporters then. But each and every of these protests, all man try for hide in real identity. All man try for hide. That's why I then say celebrating democracy. And in the protest and the talk say, and they want the international community to draw their attention, say, the electoral commissioner don't do a fantastic job, and that they're not for use aid for weaponize, they're not for weaponize aid. That the loan say they can give you enough for use them for weaponizer. And in other words, for accept the result. Okay, not just cut and short. This protest, all the long and short of it, now for if the international community, particularly those with moral guarantors, and be quickly congratulate President Bio. Therefore, them protests are not for come. We'll not foresee this particular protest, particularly this side. But it seems as if perhaps things are getting even much more darker. Maybe behind the scene, you go no say politicians and they behind the scene where they pull the strings say on a go. I mean, SLPP gets supporters there all over the world, just like where APC gets supporters there all over the world. But the point is, each of these two groups right and not get the bold mind for say, Lord, we there. But this, if you watch them placards, they are all and then they like go tell the international community, because they know America, for example, say Madabio won the election. Watch and quick carefully. Watch if you zoom, I will see Madabio won the election. And an office say na protest for hotel, then man they say Madabio win the election. An office say they don't know. Then get out and they judge, then get out and they evaluate, then get out and they do the new research. I mean, for you go make protests, go tell and say this man win the election, and that the electoral commissioner do a marvelous, fantastic job, and that we're not for weaponize the aid, the money una can trust we, una can give it, una not use them for dictate. So we simply know that they try for talk. But anyway, I just as always, anything they can or the counter. And this making way now this particular protest making way now AYV. But the other protests there, you know, the other they will talk and say, they're not they make their way there. You don't see the kind of journalism more than they do. Those protests, they're not be called APC, SLPP. You know so? They're called Citizenship and Democracy, at least, and for don't bring and come say some group of people. I mean, just like what they analyze, say APC stalwarts then and cover up, but they're not even encourage that self. Now we bring and come. And another protest, they come back, I think the 14th of this month, August. Now the egg where some Sierra Leoneans also Adebayo in group and then go protest. And also now they not get for reach the you not get for reach the list the country. But we did try very hard for we broadcast and live now for now. So now that's not the situation. We don't know, like country the tense. No wonder that Mami yesterday, Patricia pulled a whole press release. It's time for detail, waiting we leaders them for do. We say the FISE we for come together as a country and how for be more responsible leadership, how for administer, how for do something where at least could be of beneficial to each and everybody in the country in terms of peace, maintaining peace, the rule of law, you know. So then they observe, then they see, and they follow, and they understand what they go. I think we protest to not protest to then get the information, but it's good at least in the voice then, you know. So and they go help them for reinforce and reaffirm them belief already say, yes, indeed, waiting we gather, the intelligence will get or everything, it seems to be correct. But anyway, let's move on to the next protest. And I mean, people are not just sincere. If you now want to go vote protest for Mother Bio, now go, because I know those faces and I SLPP stalwarts them. I know them better one. I want to go protest and they go tell now they go say Mother Bio won the election. Like say the people are not an observer. The Carter Foundation did it, you understand? America. And America then come out, you know. Then they so what's at the point for go bong Washington, go tell and say Madabio won the election, you win the election. Huh? I don't think it be necessary for put Madabio win the election, Madabio is transparent, blah. And all those I think and that's then just naked themselves in the sense that people are not saying now these are pro-government thing, you know. If not be putting almost celebrating democracy, me not ever hear from all they follow politics, I never hear and say we get a rally, Sierra Leoneans and say celebrating democracy. I mean, we don't conduct elections since the 1996, 2002, 2007, 2012, 2018. I mean, we're international accolade in the camp. We don't celebrate democracy. I don't know. But this one, then they call us celebrate democracy. Another one they call, like I say, now Holland, Ubaba Shepherd they do. They say they celebrate democracy. All right, it's good. Democracy is a good thing for celebrate. We not stop people and all celebrate them. But I think if I'm for law, they be honest, not so. It's good for at least. I mean, law not the hide behind no finger. There, you understand? If you there for somebody, talk and they. Me, I always say the day I declare for any political party or any candidate, or even if they go into politics, I they make a known, and they hide behind me finger or anything. They want to make up my mind, and they make a known. You know, this is me. I know they pan that thing there, you know. But anyway, we are Sierra Leoneans. Let's move on. Let's look at the next slide where they talk about. We see this now in the trend. The ACC boss, Wena Ben Kaifala, say at a ceremony at State House today, Anti-Corruption Commission handed to President Bio check in the sum of 10 billion as part of cash money recovered from the corrupt in our uncompromising anti-corruption campaign for use by his government to provide social services to the people. So as soon as they see the photos, that was but now State House, as soon as they, you know, that the check now the way Ben Kaifala they hand over to President Biose. Now this I don't get that 10 billion from you, from different people and this you go use them for provide social services to the people there. But again, here comes the questioning of the like what I can say, the efficacy and the usefulness. Law puts and say like the usefulness of the Anti-Corruption Commission. I think some people the idea is right. I buy the idea, you know, for say. This seems to be like with the waste money on anti-corruption, where we get a judiciary system. If actually with the judiciary system the function better one, we don't need anti-corruption. I mean, look, the examples are too much. We not get then developed country. Most of the developed country not get. The only thing they do then strengthen the institution and then judicial system because the law is clear. Whose law were they not the Anti-Corruption Commission Act for where no they not the Constitution of Sierra Leone? For let you take state resources, you siphon, you embezzle, and a crime you don't commit force. It then our constitution. So that act there. So just for tell you, say this is not just a double way of doing things. But however, the reason we make for people in the crowd the argument here, but also say the Anti-Corruption Commission is not effective, they're doing work properly. Now, when this government be take power in 2018, within that first 2-3 years, nothing past corruption. Nothing fed corruption. Yeah, it be all over social media. Wow. Now, but they don't go catch this, that from close to 3 years going to 4 years that. But now, it's so silent. It's like say this past election, this past administration, the past administration, see they do a perfect job now they do. Nobody not thief, not catch nobody. These are honest people, So I think like kudos to them, not so. But Sierra Leoneans know the truth behind all these things. So that I make people still the question: do we really need an anti-corruption commission when we have a judicial system? What we need to do is to make sure that the judicial system work in the interest of Sierra Leoneans. We have to make sure that the president does not need to appoint then Chief Justice, then the president for just pull on Padenti and because now you can look at all of them, now you can compromise in there, But if we get where, for example, let people not say you ever do other side, is that not to say if you not do some side, to not go do. Even if you reach for who votes for positions like, for example, the public prosecutor, the Attorney General, where sometimes even in the Chief Justice, then I think now welcome news. We can do it. We can start in Africa if we see us. Now, again, another argument will come and say we need the Anti-Corruption Commission for lessen the burden from the judiciary system, so that at the end of the day, for efficiency, for let be fast, which is good. But again, the Anti-Corruption Commission already in itself don't bias. Why? Because the president will vote on, will ever go after the president or the people where the president, or then they call blue eyes of the administration. Every government gets some people these are exceptional cases, people any two them do above case, let God kill, So people look at and say, so what's the point when we get sacred cows? People who are exceptional, we not go church there. In the first time of the president, there was an allegation from one journalist, I don't remember the journalist's name again, where say the then chief minister, Professor, anyway, when I know a name, it took $1 million bribe from these from this telecommunication company, something like that. That's okay. I don't remember his name now. Professor Francis. $1 million. What did they do? Instead of they investigate the issues and they whether not true and come out, the journalists will report and then go arrest and put in a jail. Yeah. This is a fact. Not to me make a. I think people already follow the winner or other platform there when I know say that in the talk of the country. The person. Well, imagine a journalist they doing job, you understand? I not say it good for go make allegation, for go blackmail or defame person, not so that they say. But I feel say if somebody raise an eyebrow on something, there should be investigation instead of them just take that person and then go jail. You understand? So just for telling the point why they make her is each and every administration, you get people there when they call blue eye, sacred cow, they don't know the church there. I let them, you catch them, bing, the thief. They know they do the nothing. And the anti-corruption supposed forget waiting a fair treatment of each and every Sierra Leonean. But they happen. So because they happen, so what's the point Why are we investing billions and billions and billions of billions into something where we use it only as a political tool for go after our opponents there? You know, where we get the judiciary. You know, so I think the argument say from those people the way they show, it makes sense. You know, Mr. Supports Nandy. All right, I think we're exhaust Nandy. Now, let we commodity. All right, I think Law left ECOWAS downside. Law will go to APC. APC, I think the center cannot hold. I don't know. I think Chino Achebe, things fall apart. The center cannot hold. You know, them books and they're very important for let you go read back and see. I mean, but the idea of them book then they a very powerful force where they try for wedge or put discord, division between a one kind clan, a one time a solid clan, people already together. But I mean, if you remember back then, you know, we get we own religion as Africans, you know, we live your life, you know. The body white man and calm, then can't tell we say, no, the gods say what they worship, not to gods then, idols, then call them idols. But then forget for say, the Africans, we are not worshiping idols, but we are worshiping because the God is, we, for us as Africans, we see back then the God is so powerful that we cannot approach him. This was our own mentality. This is our own interpretation. And you cannot say we are wrong because now you see the Catholic, they said they go worship imagery, you understand? But when you ask them, they will tell you, say, not to, they worship the image and they worship the spirit. Even the Muslims, say, we the Muslim there, would they go pass around the Kaaba? Some people then they accuse you, say, would they go worship the Kaaba? But not to that, we go argue, say, not to the Kaaba would they worship, but now God would they worship. This is just an. So we people them now Africa, they were not idolaters, not to idol they worship. Now, because the God for we as an African is so powerful that we cannot approach him directly. So we use what? Intermediary forces like stones, wooden think and things that will carve out of stone, then monolith, that they would pray. Not only till they pray to, or they pray to this, hoping that they all make this thing to listen because of out of respect. But the white man then would then kind of misinterpret and say, no, we not believe God, and that them for Christianize we and Islamize we for let we worship the religion there. Well, today we don't take that side. And even the arguments that if you begin count traditional, other man will get man can if you not take that, they slap you first for let they begin to talk, say with people they not be the worship. But that's not the fact. Historically, we are not necessarily worshiping those stones or those sticks. But because the God is so powerful, according to we don't believe as African tradition, I read and small so that I make at the talker. So the point what I want to make here is in Imofia, in Nigeria, in the book Things Fall Apart, when the white man then go, you see Oberika, they say the white man is so clever. He came peacefully with his religion. We amuse at his foolishness, and now he has won our people. He has put a knife on the things that held us together, and now we are falling apart. White man come up, he go change them. There was a clan. People and they do everything in one. They get them clan, they get them community. Everything was working until the white man came, and then everything just broke away. So the book Things Fall Apart. Now that's the time for talk say we will be there as together, but when this man can. So the point what they make here is seems as if when the APC take decision, that decision say them for boycott or at all level of governance. And the first 1 week, everybody was or everybody be obey. But you go look at the government don't put a knife that the things are APC. Let me put on a councillor. Let's say don't begin go take oath of office. They say not get for left. They not get for left. You know, they not get for left. You see, 6 APC councillors from Konodi Street subscribe to the oath in Kenema City Council. Or 6 of them. I mean, so either something that the angry nine don't put them, the angry don't be as a sort of like the knife that's put that divider or the things that hold them together, the knife they try for wedge or the angry or the government, whatever, but there is something going on in the decision of APC, whether actually get for last even for the next month. You see? And from what you get, A very close source tell me say in the next sitting of parliament, up to 15 to 17 APC members of parliament, then they defy them party and go take the oath of office. I always they remind myself as Sierra Leoneans, politicians, especially Sierra Leonean politicians and direct man. I direct them. They are not there for your interest. No, 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 no. Don't think about that. And that make people and they still they question whether actually democracy it fits we as an Africans or whether actually we work for it. Because most of the one they run for public office actually they are not there for you. But because now democracy, they need for just lie to you. The truth of the matter is, this is how politics has been played for centuries and centuries, and probably for centuries to come. I mean, I'd always refer to this book, what they call The Prince. I know they advise let you go read down and take what's in the day. Now, very dangerous book. I can hate for talk about that book. They very, very dangerous. But a book we talk about the fact. Most of the things the way they happen at the country, if you check, it seems as if leaders and they copy, particularly this government. Very dangerous book. I be don't say what one time I be don't say I will come. Like I explain that book there a little bit so far. Let people see the style of the book and waiting with politicians they do. It might very close, but why now? Because it's not from the more than 500 years ago. The book don't old 500 years, 100 years, more than 200 years rather. We didn't write the book. Even Stalin Stalin do in thesis on that book. Big politicians like David Cameron talk about that book. The Barack Obamas. Um, you know, we don't need in politics. The book simply tells you politicians, any honest politician who can ask for power. They get her. You as a politician, you need for lie to the people. And the only way you lie to them, now they believe you. And honestly, you go just look at it, but these are the facts. Now the facts. If somebody come out right now, genuinely go na salon, you go talk out things supposed to go through, you understand? Sincerely, honesty, you find out say, then go look at it like something, I mean, it will most likely they're not get for taker. But in message don't they resonate well with the people. But that person what they go today, they go tell you, say, me, if you not give me chance, in 5 years, I go make salon turn heaven. I mean, we don't see the likes of Emerson Lamina, where publicly they tell you, say, if they elect them or they elect the president and SLPP, Sierra Leone go turn heaven and like a paradise, and by extension, not to me say, I'm just making the point here for tell you, say, the politicians there. And perhaps, I don't know whose system of government get for fit we as a continent or as people. Because argument to some people and they put forth this now like you now need for freedom people therefore, because if these people are not able hold on within their own circle, what they all don't agree, they don't sign, and especially Honorable Alfred, he signed, but in argument he said that they're under duress. He say they're under duress. He said enforcer, I mean, there be the pressure, and then case and in most cases. Even a court or investigate, so maybe a private investigator or officer, whatever, if you go obtain information from you, you get man go argue at the court of law, say, I was under duress, and I make again this information, and the law can look into that. So I think that they use, since it will be a lawmaker, say, I was under duress, I not sign this document out of my will. We are forced. Now they get for even force the National Secretary deny. Say no, the man doing free will. But the point why they make here is, even the ancestor confess, they say they don't spend millions of dollars and loans, millions of loans. They don't left their job, and they not can't just sustain it. So definitely, and just get for go parliament. So technically, if you unpack that statement, what it mean? It means say they are not there for you, but you know go know because, but not for them. Not for them, honestly. So it's so sorry. I don't know that make always my advice to each and every Sierra Leonean, particularly the one with the salon. Find something to do.
no Abopan government. This I tell you the fact, you know, I'm not a politician, so I'm not going for make I look like sweets, you know. We get an issue in the country. The issue we get at the country, especially with the young people, this now factor they tell you know, a good number of them they are lazy. Yeah, like I say, politician not go tell you this one because you want to vote. He will tell you say you bring our manners from heaven. But me, I dey tell you the fact, you know, because I know they run for public office for now, you know. A good number of Sierra Leoneans, they are lazy. Yeah, they are lazy. And they talk this out of fact, you know, particularly out of fact, out of what me don't gather. If you look at the average amount that they pay for Sierra Leone in the country, salon, maybe, I mean, teacher, then they get a 1.2, 1.3, 1.4. Journalists, they get something 900, 1 million, 1,531,000, 600. I want to let you go ask one of the, if you there abroad, you call anyone, particular somebody in the work, you want to get and work. It times you, maybe times 10. Can you imagine? It times you more than times 10. Wait until you want empower, you want yeah, or forget. Call somebody, you say, please, I want to do business. I know see they work. At the same for you this, how they do business? Either sometime he end up for take. Somebody called me privately, I'm not going for calling him now. He asked me for like put a notice now for a helper. He say he just don't count in West America. He say he be the I think now tired and buy the send a salon. He gets two bobo there where he puts na the shop and he give them the bobo and then I us now they feed them now lodging are free now they feed them and mostly then last thing I don't get the business in the America no more the same business. So the last container we send tired there. What them do? Then go auctioner. As soon as the thing can, then go auction because I mean like code don't do business to pursue sometimes 6 months. You don't trust any particularly when they know say abroad, you know, we just grab one day say they go because you think about your job. You know, just one left, so maybe you bills, you get for pay your rent, all that stuff. Then that make when somebody want go to salon, they prepare. They make sure say if not 3 months they go take 1 month they go take, they no affect where they return. So then sometimes don't get the man say this man where they go so in the next 6 months in a car again. You understand? So the man say we send entire the container. They don't send them and then go auctioner. With the auctioner, they don't run away. Imagine now. So then go let complain. I think the old one, one of them party, but not to the person self. So the person called me say, "Do ya? I want to can talk on a talking point platform, put another there. But what I tell him, man, I say, I'm not going to do it. I'm sorry. I feel that for you. Not as I not believe what he say, but I don't want to be like say, person who just can behind the scene, who can tell me say do this way without. I say if police, I hope say the person they watch. I know say now a good, now a frequent or a strong fan of this particular platform. They watch regularly. What I tell her, they tell you. I say, if police pull warrant arrest wanted, you send them to me and they put an eye. In as much as I sympathize with you, but I don't get all the facts because I know they're not the country. But I believe her, not to because it don't happen to many people there. But because of professionalism, you understand, make I know we'll just I can't call the guys a name there. Me not to police, you understand. They no can report to me. I feel I'm for the man, you understand. As a what you go do if the police they don't put on there as wanted, they need them people in there. I go come put on I caught the police they look for them people, they don't explain the story. So for count the point why they make here is I know say a lot of people in their bad experience dealing with people in a salon. Me particularly, I get more than 2 bad experience where I don't call people a young man there or even ageable people and say, don't we do business? Some man they misunderstand you. Then feel say when you there abroad, when you ask for let you do business, maybe sometimes everything is bright and beautiful for you, or perhaps you get excess money or whatever. They don't say back here it's challenging and dragging. You know, sometimes you want help for let you say get you little and nothing. Someone feel say we send that money, you don't need that game, you understand? I need your money. And people are not there, they don't part bad with their family members and their brothers and their sisters and their auntie then, their uncle there. Some even their mama themselves, their parents themselves, and daddy themselves, you know. But when it comes to we young man in the country, this now the hard factor they tell you. you get for create, you get for create. I mean, you get for force. They're gonna say, you get for hold the bull by the horn. Because the reason why I make it so now forget for them politicians here. They don't care about you now. Believe me or not. That and the fact that they tell you so, they don't believe. Forget about their first priority, and then picking them and for them family. So force the brain, especially those who are graduates. Me, I can say I'm so heartrending. Somebody come out university, they sit down for them 1 year, they wait for job. I mean, this not the time way for challenge your education. You understand? Challenge, say then you want one way you get you first class, you deserve it. You able to create job for yourself. But again, I understand where they come up from because the kind where them program with brain, the kind where them the educational system would then give you, they helpful. You understand? Them program that you need for find a job, you need for get a job, for be a job seeker rather than a job creator. That entrepreneur spirit or education we lack in Africa, And as you go see, even people that will study agriculture or science will get degree in that. They don't even want to do anything. We get connection with agriculture after school. They don't get nothing to do with that. Where I believe, say, if you really know what you go study, you come out from society, you must force the brain for create for yourself something, employment, not to pass you go sit down in office. Think more ways, be creative, find way. I mean, I'll tell you something. Some of we, well, I don't say we're not old, but I wish we be getting exposure, where we not get sooner. How for make money or how you for become that kind of person. Not to you get more chances. You get more chances. I think that Jack Bauer they talk and Mark Jack Ma, one of China the billionaire. He said you get more chances in a deprived society for make up day because there is huge amount of problems in those places. And any side problem day, when you solve that problem day, now they give you money. That's not the secret of being wealthy. Not the secret of being a job creator or entrepreneur. Solving problem. In Sierra Leone, there are a lot of problems. I mean, there is one guy where I'll be interviewing at this program. If you wanna go down this channel, I think they call him Benson. Yeah. He gets what is where Komon College. What you do? He find job for himself. What a well night when he come out with a simple methodology, a simple technology for dig water well, where people they pay the 9 million. No, in just a take probably 3 million. And that project they become so successful, they even invite an Norway, they invite an America. Now I'm not saying I me make it go inside the day, but I use my platform, I invite a seller and other people in back the EPA. So just sometimes you just need for try, test. That guy they solve, he said in fact, now the whole community, he said for get safe drinking water, now be in target. Is everybody in a saloon? I mean, at the whole community because safe drinking water. So he devise a ways. He be gonna then community there. He creates and he writes projects. They meet organizations there. Sometimes he be. I mean, it's when they explain the story. As I say, wow. So imagine if all the graduates, let's say, begin to do similar things. I mean, there's other thing. That guy don't succeed. I don't know if he's in America now. Boy, be they travel around the world. Say, you go Norway, go America. Imagine somebody will be the struggle coming from a poor family background, but now he don't become somebody who highly recognized. I believe say he don't create a future for himself. They say the best way for predict the future, not for create the future. So me brothers and sisters, they wouldn't salary, especially the one they want to graduate. No wait for government for the job. Believe me or not, they will not fulfill that promise. They won't. All right, okay. How we go before, as we know, ECOWAS don't pull a statement. ECOWAS don't say they must go, or then they go to Niger. All right. Before we come to 91st, let's just take short break. Okay, we can talk Bonande and we can read some of Mona texting. And most probably, perhaps we might open the line, something we normally they do. All right, so let's take short break at the camp and we can continue the program.
Oh yeah, Talking Point platform, TTPTV. Oh yeah, Unale we pledge, we love and loyalty. To we sweet, sweet mama salute. Now we all come together as one. For tomorrow, now we go make salute.
Attention, attention. Are you hungry for the latest insights on politics and good governance issues from the motherland, Sierra Leone? Look no further than Talking Points, your go-to platform for engaging discussions. Subscribe today and let your voice surge. Talking Points is where smart minds come alive. Subscribe now.
With Talking Points platform, you can dive into thought-provoking discussions, connect with like-minded individuals, and broaden your horizons. Be among the first to know the latest happenings in Sierra Leone. Join us today, subscribe, on YouTube, TPP Leone. Like our page, on Facebook, at Talking Points platform. It's your voice, you are in control. We believe in you. Subscribe now. Like our page. We
country slow, we want for no, why not they grow? Yeah, we want for no, where to make we country they go slow, where to make it all they grow. Yes, slow, I can for sure. Yes, I can for sure them thing them way they make we know they grow. Then now we they die pampo. If I they try for go before, I beg do ya not make us slow? No. If I try for raise the tempo, do ya not make am low? Yes, so if I try for go before, I beg do ya not make us slow? No. If I try for raise the tempo, do ya not make am low? Yes, so before they do them thing now we go make we gladdy, thing now we go make we happy, thing now we go make we country laddie daddy. So we go live in unity. Yes, so
all right, yes, Fambule. Welcome back. If you just join me, this is na Talking Point platform. My name na Mr. Komon-Tok. We are with the Komon-Tok there, as always. So we go look at ECOWAS. See what happened when ECOWAS announced the decision. Say you don't put them then standby force. This time happened na Niamey, the capital city of Niger, among the embassy, Nigerian embassy.
Go.
All right, so that was one of the casualty we take, from what you understand, the Nigerian embassy and put on blaze. And but let me share waiting, I want mention to Sierra Leoneans, and to the Africans, and because this channel, not to no more, not to Sierra Leoneans and other Africans, and they watch here back as well. Sometimes some people and they say very interesting. Then they ask one guy, I think from Uganda. He say, what which kind type of English would he talk? He said because you know there are all the words there. He said can struggle for a read the words they all the talk. That's in a Creole. I say similar. And I say okay, no wonder, you know. So say why would not they put to why would not go they make programs in English? But the truth of the matter is one cater for the least man don't turn. Maybe in future we might make special segments entirely for we will be in English. We will benefit with other African brothers and sisters who they watch now Talking Point platform. But for now, you know, they can say charity begins at home, so we go continue with the usual. So Russia don't want ECOWAS not to take military action. This is not 2 hours ago, BBC. All right, let's see what's in input. Quick one. Russia has warned that military intervention in Niger will lead to a protracted confrontation after regional bloc ECOWAS said it will assemble a standby force. Such an intervention will destabilize the Sahel region as a whole, the Russian Foreign Ministry said. Russia does not formally back the coup, but the US, which backs effort to restore deposed leader Mohamed Bazoum, says its Wagner mercenary group is taking advantage of the instability. All right, so now we left that side. The balance we able. Okay, let's go down small. No, we'll just take that last line. On Friday, coup supporters, some waving Russian flags, protested at a French military base near the capital, Niamey. Some chanting "Down with France, down with ECOWAS." Both France and US operate military bases in Niger, and they have been used to launch operations against jihadist groups in the wider region. But anyway, the point what I want to make here is, I think Africans we get for use the brain. I don't want to use insulting word for say Lord be smart. By saying we're smart, it implies as if maybe we are not smart. You know, we are smart people. Just that we know they use the brains and how supposed for user. This is not the hard fact. Years ago, if we be able to see the future, when some Africans be the advocates deeply for we not support any military intervention in Libya, and that it will destabilize the entire continent, they destabilize the entire African continent. A lot of people be say sometimes these people they're short-sighted. These people they're not like human rights. These people they're not like democracy. All kinds of things take place. But here we are today, Gaddafi since 2011. Africa, they feel the pinch, not for talk about Libya, when a failed state. The point why they make here is, you know, you get for think, use the head. Why make I always the ask una say, please, una write una comment on the comment section, una share with our experience because it got benefits we, you know. When we open the line, we call and say, "Una call on and make una contribution." Why? Because white man say, "Oh, we teachers and tell we say there is more wisdom in listening than in talking. There is more wisdom," and this is true. How may you to able learn at school? Now when you go, you set your mouth, you listen what the teacher they talk, you take in, you understand, then you learn, not so. Where I can sit down here, where are they talk, what are the benefits for me, when are they understand more, when are they pass vital information to now, but me not the benefits on if I know they talk. If you're not right in the comment section, if you're not called, I know the benefits because I'm not more they talk. But when I call, when I can share an opinion, a wisdom, and understanding on a perspective, you don't necessarily need for agree with me. No, I'm not a look say power papa you agree with me. Me not that kind of person where they can look for praise. You need for praise me. No, but they look for people that where they challenge me, where they correct me, where they make me improve. Because what will they do so? It's still there. And it's still not professional enough, you understand? There are a lot of things that what they do, what not supposed to do because of the constraint what they go through for producing particular program is so huge. Where again, I know I can begin to explain to you what they go through for producing program there. Very challenging, very difficult. You understand? So we get lots for improvement, a lot. So always when I talk, when I call, we they learn from that. Me, I like people, I mean, I they enjoy owner the call, owner the right, because now that they learn. Sometimes after me show, I can spend them 10 minutes, go through comments there, learn something there. Today, one caller, I don't know if that caller they watch this program today. I don't know if na caller or na comment. Okay, na comment. The person right now the comment section say, white man not the left in case God when in interest they at stake. Yes. If you watch, if you now you write that comment, say please just confirm and for me now this comment section. And write time for me back. Maybe sometimes they paraphrase. Right? Wait, he write back. He said when the church white man the interest, they're not the left in case to God. Yes. When the church white man the interest, they know the left in case to God. They know they put diplomacy in the fight for themselves. When I face the war and go inside Niamey, inside Niger, now about democracy, think again. It has nothing to do with democracy. Not just a camouflage. This not just a disguise. This not just a way, a sort of a veil where the hyper for make sure see the institutes somebody, then put somebody we go listen to waiting for continue France the trade because France the profits so they did. That in the sense that if this regime continue, the supply of uranium where Niger are one of the key leading people country in the world for supply uranium where they make with medicine as well as energy. Now France, it become threatened. And the Europeans cannot afford at this moment for jeopardize the energy because with energy, now if you check on the world market, yesterday I been watching the world market, the uranium price don't go up right now as I tell you so. The uranium price don't go up because of the instability in Niamey. Now the thing is, we leaders they need to think again. You know what in the boys then say? Now I put some for now see. Always I collect for bring for now evidence. Now this the cool leaders and see. Like how time for alone I can see what the cool leaders and see. Yeah, let people and just get it clear. All right. Now we go to Twitter. Yeah. Now go Twitter. Now we go see waiting the cool leaders and see. La share for now. Logo there. La stop the sharing now. Yeah. Now we go now. All right. Okay. Now we go now Twitter. Now we waiting the cool leaders and see. And we'll come back now with analysis. Logo there. Logo na Twitter. All right. Thank God we are there. All right. As soon as they see now, we're not Twitter, right? Now the military junta. You know what they say? Now you say Andy, yeah? You know what they say? The military junta in Niger has told senior US diplomat that they will kill the detained former president of Niger if any kind of military intervention launched against the country occurs. It's clear. So, ECOWAS, I think they miscalculate or they use emotion. Because this man not left the country. Mohamed Bazoum not left the country. So the man they all and don't say when they use, what's happening with military intervention, ECOWAS military intervention be succeed in the country, Sierra Leone. One, the people then we don't tire with military, we don't tire with faith. That's one. Secondly, Tijan Kaba no be there at the country. Tijan Kaba be there at Guinea. So it be easy for Kanye State, but this man then at the country, how dumb these people, how dumb. Even if you don't want to use some words, they go use the words there because how sensible, how sensible. The military then get this man, not left fire. The man not come out of the country, say, say, and the president, the former president, Mohamed Bazoum, they under the people, they under the watch of the military. They una say they go attack. Yeah, on a sanction in Taiwan. And the man they don't talk. Then said then they killed. In fact, not one of them tell you. They don't tell. America send them the Undersecretary of State from the State Department for go talk to the military guys and for make their hand over power. They give them money. Some people then say that America plan for give them up to 200 million. I don't know how to is it anyway. And I just not put it. So I can put it on news. But behind the scene, then go talk to them with huge amounts of bribe for make them let them not agree. And that they tell the lady, that I don't know what's this woman in name anyway. When I go remember me in the comment section, the deputy Secretary of State. Now they tell, they say, if ECOWAS enter inside Niamey, inside Niger, we kill this man. And the man they under there. I mean, because if they go reinstate this man, that man will catch all of them and they try them for what? For treason. They kill them all. So for them, kill them, then they kill her. It's that simple. Then say they kill her. So instead of ECOWAS for we don't pull this statement, say if we're not overpower, now they don't look how the thing don't become weird. It don't become weak. Una give 1 week, the 1 week don't pass. Okay, what do they do now after the 1 week? After the 1 week. Now, Russia don't say, una not go there. And now we just reflect to the same, and America don't back this particular, America don't back the intervention. France don't back the intervention. EU don't back the intervention. Why? Because then the interest is threatening. It's not about democracy. I will say this 2 million times. It's never about democracy. I mean, it's time to open up. Now we open the brain. We get brain. I mean, now we use the brain. It's not about democracy. Absolutely. That caller, that texter, he puts up, I watch you, I say, wow, this guy, I like what he put. He said, white man not the left in case to God when interest not threatening. No, the level. Now me to the level case to God. They're not the level. They don't believe say, yeah, then I may God give us aid for let them use them. Look what's happening in Ukraine. Now that make most of the time, if they watch me now, know they see I talk about Ukraine. Yeah, why they mention Ukraine? Because a lot of now they wanna be they watch me, Una be watch me programs in Ukraine, so that make I just get for the emphasize that. But the war in Ukraine is deeper than what you see in the news. And they tell you the truth. I studied there. I know their language. And I'm married there. I know their culture. I get friends in there. And they tell you now, the war in Ukraine is deeper than what you see in the news. Ukraine, by European standard, was not a rich country. They classify as a rich country. In fact, they call us a developing country. But by all when a developing country, they get all the basic necessities of life for the citizens. That I make when you work concept, there's no one left there. The salary is small, but forget about. I don't know when almost and light go, and if your light goes on time within that sub area, the sub maybe sometimes station before they say 1 hour, 2 hour lights don't come. Transport available, food cheap, everything, and then get live replace the roads and big. Then get oh my God! I think people in the sea now, people they say, oh, so this continent will be fine. So, but the point I want to make here is, I'll be honest with you, if perhaps when I can say turn the hands of time back, maybe, just maybe, the political leaders in Ukraine, perhaps they might have find other ways for letting faith. Again, like I know I go deep into that word, the Lord just avoid that. I don't want to talk until let people and quote me now, Lord just left her. The point I want to make here is, if we allow as a body, ECOWAS, for plunge the entire sub-region, perhaps we go there for that war day for the next 10, 5, 15 years. The war in Ukraine, if you say it go done tomorrow, today, I must say, not 2 years they go so now. 2 years, just like that. 2 years when they go so. And when? Nobody know. Nobody know. The war in Libya, the Western power tell we say it lasts only for several weeks. No, decades. Decade. The war in Libya and na Iraq. George Bush promised say in 3 months' time, the country they stabilize and everything will go back to normalcy, democracy they prevail. Check now Iraq today. So the point why they make is Libya, Mali, Burkina Faso don't align and Guinea don't align themselves with the regime the junta regime na Niamey. Then say they're not a mix. Why we ECOWAS be succeeding as Salo? Because all the 15 heads of states then be supporter. But this one a division not take place. In fact, Chad say they're not the same troop. Chad say wait till they're not the same troop. In fact, Algeria don't warn of any military intervention na Niger. Algeria. So if we leaders and just want to satisfy the Western power, then just want to satisfy them. Particularly, say Tinubu back himself gets controversy, election back be controversy. Maybe just for please the Western powers and for let them just ignore entirely about any question, all that stuff. Then they say, oh, they carry out a dirty job. We might regret it. I'm telling you. We go carry back probably after 1 year, 2 years. We say, when I remember what be the talking point. For say that war in Niger not good, and that if you war they are not a support military coup. Forget, not get me wrong. Not for that, as they say. For say you okay for overthrow a constitutionally elected government. Not to that, as they say. I'm not saying that. I just to tell you, say the situation where Africa ECOWAS they right now, the sub-region is so complex, and that if we not take time, it will destabilize the entire sub-region for decades to come. This are not a wish bad, not to prophecy they make. I just it states the fact. Why the fact in the sense that a copy from other records there. I don't use several examples there. Several examples there. Let's just know, say, even when you do research, survey, you need sample, not so. You get sample where they take, and then you make a general opinion. You need a sample. Anyway, Lord take on a text there. Lord take on a text and after that, perhaps I don't know if he let's see if we'll be able to put the line up. I think he left one thing for Lord discuss and then we'll say goodbye. No, Lord we put the line up. Leona said talk, Lord we say one benefit for now. Not to we know for talk. On ourselves now. Call and tell we now make Lord will benefit from now, please. Now connect the system now. All right, okay, I think. All right, log connector now. All right. Now we take the text and with the cam inside. Now let's take this one. We come up from. All right, yes, Fambo, they lined you up. They lined you up in case you want to add your voice on the program. All right, in case you want to add this one they come up from Sibo. They say Mr. Komon-Tok. The ECOWAS is fighting French dirty game for them, yeah. USA, France, and the West want uranium in Niger. Now, make they will go to war. Remember, when Africa is divided, then it's good for the West. Yeah, I think, yeah. I mean, this is not just fact, you know. This is not fact. See, I agree with you. This one, look, we see a ban where they say people like power. If I am the prime minister or president, I will give up before I think this, before him and his families. It's sad. Yeah, I mean, and the situation they so see that the man when they old he still believes say, can you imagine, he still believes say he will be the president. He still believes say he will be president back and then get him family, then get her. And ECOWAS say they go reinstate her. How do they go? How possible? Easy head, man. Come on. And something not to say that they say rocket science, not to rocket science this. How is it possible? Then guy hold this man, then gets gone, and they hold this man. And so what then still go then go just run, and also Germany, then go just run and left her, and then get in family. Sometimes then go just kill all in family. Then go kill her in family. Technically, if the ECOWAS decide to go, now they don't sanction the man in Taiwan. Anyway, I'll go before. Now this one they come up from Project Africa, Mr. Komon-Tok. All right, okay. Now we set up. Okay, I think I'll put up the calls and first. Yes. Caller, just a moment. Now we set the system off. Yes, caller, outside the call from. Who side they call from?
Yes, I call for Freetown.
All right, you get the platform. You get 2 minutes plus.
Yes, I listen to your show all the time. They do a great job, by the way. But most of the time, we can try for blame the president or the ruling party, what thing they go on about the problems in the country. But I think we need to pay more attention to what's happen in Parliament. All the bad laws that already happen in Parliament. Now they make the country day like how it is so right now. If we actually get a parliament way credible, we don't need anti-corruption commission. No developed country now they will get an anti-corruption commission. The fact that they need anti-corruption, that's how you say the parliaments are credible. Whatever the sitting presidents do, what he wants, now then they do. So if we begin to pay attention to what they do, more not look the other shenanigans what they can do. They say, oh, matter build the bulldoze. But if you actually go down and look at the votes, you go see say the same people that way say matter build the bulldoze, bills in our parliament, they vote for the bills in it. You know, you see, you will not ever get a credible opposition at that country. Who gets actual, not that parliament see. Who gets actual credible opposition. But could go change that country. But for now, I don't believe so get that opposition there. Both sides, APC or SLPP. All the effects for going to parliament right now. Why they effects for go? Because they say Mohamed Bangor or go not do nothing so. And they get money for convince other people that for come. They get incentive. Then on the sidelines that they look, oh, that man they make money. Oh, we now self go back. The second one going at the same thing. What's in the chief, the speaker of the house teller, or you get the full protection of it. Yeah, why they do that? Because they get incentive for more people than come. The president will say they not go operate without an opposition. International community not go recognize you if you not get opposition. So then talking points man they can go like Alpha Kandem and make all this claim or country then they will not get opposition. They name one country, they not get opposition. Now the youth then they run the country. Who's youth that they run the country? They are never connected to the president. Where anything the president tell them for do nothing that they do. Okay, why did they do that? It's simple. Now no one let the youth and go out and protest. Now that's all, not for anything else. If the youth that can go out and protest, then they go see say they go get problem. But they were so full now this country, yeah. I don't see youth man they say now they not power, whose power would they? Now still they pass when I not getting for it. Man, all only up Mr. Komon-Tok, but I just say make I go this thing.
All right, thank you.
Ask the journalists and say, una say for looking to parliament. Parliaments are a big problem in our country.
Now, brilliant point you put. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
All right. Okay. You know, I agree with this caller. Say parliament. Family, let's discuss this too now. The first video I ever do will go viral, will perhaps lead to Talking Points platform was against parliament. One day I go come play for now. The first video I ever make will go viral, where people and say you need for continue for do this. Okay, let's take this other caller. Yes, caller, outside the call from. Yes, caller, outside the call from. Hello.
Yeah, Mr. Komon-Tok, how are you?
I'm fine. Who's the call from?
I call from Poland.
All right, you get the platform. You get 2 minutes. Go ahead, please.
Okay. I want to ask you this question because I hear you they say like ECOWAS use the common sense or the common head because they hold that mandate. So if they say they go attack na Niger, they go kill the man.
Not to me say. Now the military people and say.
The way you analyze and anything try to talk. No, you say.
Okay, go ahead.
I hope they get me. Okay. You don't play draft one day.
No, go ahead. Make your point. Just make your points.
Okay. The reason why the man in the play draft and for sacrifice one man, then kill 10. So if it be for say that president with an arrest with the also stage right now, if they die for like Niger, the balance put them safe and sound. I think he watch it.
So if you say this particular now so for solve that issue there in no time you get for use force instead of use reasoning you get for use force.
Yeah, Mr. Komon-Tok. Okay, now listen. How many coups don't happen now, West Africa, inside these 3 years?
How many coups would have in our corner? Now we get up to 5, 6, 7.
No, inside West Africa.
And all the time for inside South Africa, coup counter coup. How many side of ECOWAS don't go intervene?
Yeah, listen. I'm not going to follow with RG. You know, they say what do they switch go? Then they operate in Bele.
Yes.
Who don't happen in Mali? You don't happen in Burkina Faso. You don't happen in Guinea. They only Niger. The recent Niger.
So why they not stop her? But anyway, thank you very much for your contribution. All right, now we take another caller. Yes, caller, outside the call from.
Yeah, how do you mean?
Yes, outside the call from.
Yeah, I call from Germany, Berlin.
All right, you get the platform. You get 2 minutes.
Yeah, so come on talk. I know say right now, you live na Europe at the Western world. I mean,
You did live. Go ahead, make your point.
Yeah, I say you live back in the Western world. You know what I mean? Right now, you talk about the democracy. You talk about what's up right now in Niger. You know, you talk about also about the white man. You know what I mean? I understand you. You get freedom of speech, everything, with integrity. But we really understand how you talk. I want to know if Salon, if we accept all what happen. So if we accept a dictator, the opposition party, the party, APC party, if they also accept all what happen with this stiff election, well, let us okay, let's go back to normal. You know, now they me want to ask you what's in your opinion. Because all you analyze about, you know, Niger, but the white man, this, that, the defense for the interest, this, that. But we Salon, people, they kill them. No freedom of speech. Stiff election. So, the opposition party, the opposition party, we go to accept the loser. Make it stay as president back. Now, I want to ask you a question.
That's a very good question, but unfortunately, the only person we're going to give you a befitting answer na APC. I will probably bring probably one of them for can answer their question. I don't want to be political here. I hope you understand. Thank you very much.
No, because the freedom, do they talk?
All right, let's take another call. Yes, yes, call outside the call from. All right, so all right, this one they come out from Niale where they say all right, okay. Yes, call outside they call from. Which side they call from? Yes, which side they call from?
They call from Belgium.
All right, you get 2 minutes. Go ahead, please.
Mr. Komon-Tok, thank you very much for coming with this Niger program. You know, we the African people, I don't really understand which thing they go on with we. You get me?
You're live.
Fine. You know, Bob Marley one time say, in the abundance of water, the fool is thirsty. Sierra Leone, we get plenty of rivers, for example, plenty of vital land, but still we people, even that water for drink, we don't get them. And they talk so we are smart people. We all smartness now for talk no more, or we're not able to do the practical, now just talk no more. Now that sense they will get, for that smartness they will get. I believe so we the African people are normal, more especially Sierra Leone, we get a very good land, very good country, water de beaucoup, but yet still the people and they suffer for water, not in order for it, they suffer for food. And the people and they fry me with me on things. For example, that cacao, that coffee, when they harvest na salon, sell on Europe, and can produce them and go sell and give me coffee, cacao, chocolate, and they buy expensive, very expensive one back. Why not those in authority, nobody who come together, think about all the things there, how to liberate the country. We get everything more than enough, but yet still we suffer. Yet still we perish.
All right, you get 30 seconds more.
You know,
you get 30 seconds more.
I think we leaders them, if they come together, they work together, my brother. Sierra Leone, we have everything. In the West, in the finals, most of the people are just diploma they get one, and more of practical they do. Not to forget you don't talk about degree business. Now the work, the handwork.
All right. Thank you very much for your contribution. All right, so let's take another caller. Yes. Call outside the call from. Sorry.
I call from Ireland.
All right, you get 2 minutes. Go ahead, please.
Yes, Mr. Komon-Tok, I just want to say, you see, the white people are very, very intelligent. You see, the Niger people they don't understand white people, and they want to make record in Africa. I tell you this thing for free. They don't get for ECOWAS, not get for invade Niger. The reason is, before they invade then they make sure they divide the people there first. ECOWAS don't they invade that country. When they invade that country, if the people and the military they come to one, then nobody is suffering them. They know they invade them. Before they invade they make sure they divide first the people left. They get some of them they in favor of them, then they invade. But if the people then go to one, imagine, you know how much women the ECOWAS they pregnant in Sierra Leone? What to make ECOWAS succeed in Sierra Leone? Because military them, some the people and they in favor, some then they against. So then you don't give them way for Sidon. If all the country come to one, like when them people have know them problems they then they need to solve. I swear to God, then white man they not go succeed on them.
You get that?
The only way what they do
You get 30 seconds more.
For enter them, for bribe them, for divide the nation. And they don't get it for do that. They don't willing for do that. They get it for come to one because they understand and pain the way they feel. And for the fact say they get that understanding, the ECOWAS not go invade day because ECOWAS will get it on place day. All man they against you. You know go enter inside OC, they die. If it is so German, because all man they against you. But Sierra Leone, who will hate yourself, will not unite. The country divide. Who will not let yourself.
All right.
Some man they suffer.
Thank
some man they suffer. Some man they gladly.
Thank you very much for your contribution.
History in Africa. Me brother. They need to invade. They go talk back.
All right. Thank you.
They invade the country for divide 40 people. That's what they do in Iraq.
All right. Okay. Let's take another caller. Yes, caller outside the call from. Yeah, outside the call from.
They call from Manchester.
All right, you get 2 minutes.
Okay. Yeah, my brother, now two people then wait and just call you now. One way they talk say about the country when I Sierra Leone way people then the government know they try for do good job. You know, now one thing as alone, you know, people they not respect any work. You be farmer or you be possibly they do poultry, you know, so we know they respect them job then they and now possibly like for the sit on our office and they respect. And which is wrong, which people they not they respect any job as long as then they pay you. You understand? You get for respect job in Africa. Any job we get, they get for respect you. Any job you get for respect them. And one thing. Two, you see that Niger fact. That fact they not like a Sierra Leone fact. We not like we say Frenchman, they not like a Englishman. Frenchman, the way they don't decide, say then they go. Now so then they don't live in a French country, in African French country before they can evolve. You understand? Frenchman, the way they decide, then they decide, and then people are then deal with them. And I one great thing first don't shock me. We Nigeria they say anyone will interfere, they interfere. It don't go. ECOWAS they not get for that target they not get for easy for them. This if you don't take them, this now West African fight this. I'm telling you, my brother, which you they talk so nothing we get for the ending we get for she don't say you talk and before Mr. Komon-Tok talk. You know get for easy. This now West African fight get for this you get for divide. Frenchman against Englishman this. If now so you get for end and Frenchman again I know like a wheel.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for your contribution.
No problem, brother. Thank you very much.
All right. All right. Yes, Fambulu and the line still open. Yes, family, the line still open. Okay, one second back. All right, now they move on with the text there. All right. Yes, call outside. They call from.
Mr. Komon-Tok, calling from the United States.
All right, you get 2 minutes. You get the platform.
Yes, I just want to agree with the first brother that called from Sierra Leone. Part of the biggest problem, especially of the anti-commission corruption, if you look at it, we don't need that. Because if we have a parliament that can do a real oversight, we don't need institutions like that or agencies like that. And by the way, that agency, if you go to that agency in website, just check it out. The only person you will see on that website, now this guy where to run the website. I mean, where to run the anti-corruption. Now, you know, the website becomes about not so much about corruption, not so much about anything else. Now, you know what you see in pictures, them inside a go, what he is signed, what he is not signed. Now, then you know what you see at the website. And it's very sad. And we hope one day Parliament will finally stand up and take their oversight authority and responsible. Because now one of the main things and the functions of Parliament, beyond making laws, is oversight. But until that day, we will sit down and wait. And thank you for the good job, Mr. Komon-Tok.
Thank you very much for your contribution. All right, we'll take another call. Yes, call outside. They call from. Yeah, which side they call from?
I call from London.
All right, you get 2 minutes, please.
Okay. Now regarding this intervention with this guy with the just talk about for this issue where we get in our country, exactly now the right thing the man talk. They know they go intervene in a country where the people are not unite with the how you call them the military, because if the military and the people are not connect together, how do you think the intervention will work? You see, and intervention they work with military. When the military then they in peace with some of the people of the country, that intervention they go come out fine. You see, we all they get concerned regarding this issue. You see. So I don't know what me just think. Yeah, let's put that guy talk like the same thing. You see?
All right. Thank you very much for your contribution.
Yes. Thank you very much.
All right. Okay. Okay. More few calls more, and then we say goodbye. This one they come up from Good News Musa Sayo say on Sierra Leoneans stop to vote on tribal and regional lines and be God-fearing and patriotic towards their country. Progress will never come. This one they come up from Lucusia. Okay, I think they. All right. Yes, call outside. They call from.
Yes, Mr. Komon-Tok. I come from Maryland.
All right, you get the platform.
Yeah, I just guess 1 or 2 points them for touch on. First of all, let's start with this protest. We bring country we notice so. The part where you see they see celebrating democracy, you understand? I find them very, very, very funny because generally they protest and they celebrate. So I feel we get a different cause from them in order for affect the protest that we the genuine Sierra than the stage because they are celebrating, right? So hello?
Yeah, you did live.
Okay, yeah. So and then the things that really happen in our country, that's what I want to touch on. It's very, very sad. And this blame not to one green side day. I think it's about time let's see Alliance then we accept we collectively blame them. So it's happening in our country. So because we don't condone them things they are so for a very long time and now it don't escalate. we Sierra Leoneans, then they put party and interest first. To the point that even when their own family members or their loved ones, them, when you say we all related, get family, all of us suffer, they don't care. And we all get family among the people where they try to turn the country over soon when you look at it. But at least 90% communities who are connected to different tribes then. What's really true come, I will talk come. Sierra Leone will not get tribal problem. The problem we will get at Sierra Leone, the problem of occultism. Many people are not bad. For generalize them. You understand? You get the one them with the own business. Same way so sharp woman, same way so timid man. For instance, look how something man then they behave. Even this APC, at the same thing that it's because now we standards until we change the narrative. Very to me, they say, some of you not to APC, they talk and thank you. We are not partisan. It's not to a political problem in our country. This now we country under siege. Concern which party. But the blindness don't affect me. To the point that some man, even if you fight for the right cause, because you partisan, you're not relevant. And that was the mistake when they do Panepos and the way in past, we APC go big. That they defeat the cause. But it's not the APC the problem. We are not fighting for APC. We are fighting for sanity in our democracy. We are fighting for unity, freedom, and justice with our motto. We don't dissipate our country. And now the worst is yet to come. I don't know how to pursue. I mean, I thank you all our different platforms. Them.
All right.
We take on our time.
All right. Thank you.
But when I work really difficult, and trust me, I can understand.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, my brother.
Thank you very much.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. This one they come off from George Orwell. They say, Mr. Caller from Freetown. The parliament is being remotely controlled by the president, and he appointed the speaker to do his dirty job. The speaker listened to the president about how the parliament is being run and what legislations to pass. And all right, we'll take another caller. Yes, caller outside the call from.
Yes, I come from France.
All right, you get the platform. You get 2 minutes. Go ahead, please.
Thank you, Komon-Tok. My brother, this week country also, the last 5 years, this man also, Mother Pio, don't make, everybody don't pay attention into politics. From the very first time we make them remove 10 parliamentarians there. Now all my eye open, all man pay attention. This kind of concern will be get for we country here in politics will not be get at all. But since the day where they go remove 10 parliamentarians, the way that they have been surprised for we now we begin pay attention. Then platform they also are the open. Then the people that are the country, all man they inside in pockets, all man they afraid for talk the truth. So now only inside them platform they are so now we the younger ones them. And the other people, we're not able for call, decide, and they're not able for name their identity. Now they talk the truth. Where to them, now I make them they say the diaspora and then. You understand? They always they cast the blame, say we now they flame the fire. Because why would they point the truth out?
We not like the country.
No, yeah, they say we don't like the country. We were the outside. We don't like the country. And these two years who can talk, who they point out, if we don't inside and we're not going to talk them because they will arrest we, they will kill we, they will jail we. You understand? So that the problem of the country, if people in the talk say, we'll not get tribal, we'll not get this, we'll not get that, a lie. Sierra Leone, we're there on a time bomb. Watch the comment section. For any platform, watch the comment section. Even the own platform, then as alone. When they analyze that hypocrite way, they see the names that will come up from the southeast, then they're in favor.
All right, you get 30 seconds more. You get 30 seconds more.
Yes, I know. Yeah, You understand? So that 2 days, no hide them at all. They're on the time bomb. We and them on cable see yourself, Shabruman and this we able talk. But believe you me, when they come into politics, now that country they don't know they into the politics, a bad off. Division day.
All right.
That one.
Thank you very
So
much for
another
contribution.
Thank you.
All right. Okay, now we'll take another caller. Yes. Caller outside the call from.
Calling from London. How are you?
I'm fine. You get the platform.
Yeah, long time.
Hey.
Yeah.
Komi.
Yes, yes, plenty good to go.
Yes, so.
Hey, brother, thank you, pa. Thank you for the good job, the good work. Really, as how this caller will just talk, I really want to talk, and at the hard fact, you understand? The country, the way London, we say self now, so they abroad, they hit we badly, according to the how come out. You know, the way how things have been there before, not to say they again at all completely. Compare during the own time, they will be this alone. We don't remember self possibly sent for we from abroad because the country be there in the way that okay, people them love themselves. They love me they. Me and the commander they go that kinema Togo. Yeah, now all I'm the worker open door. You know it be free, man. You see, they come from the north. But now to be honest, the country just long go in the way that I not expect that so. So I don't know who's road they go. I don't know who's road they go. So it's very bad for we. Now for we generation they now on board. You pick it back holding at the ground. You see, it's really concerned.
Yeah.
Working the go on at
No, of course. So
let go help we. You know.
All
so
right.
That's someone. I think you take it.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Right.
Yeah. All right. So Fambulen, say every good thing must come to an end. The unable gets we help identity for come with detection. This one come from Dumbuya Jibrila, who they say the 1997 Nigerian military intervention in Sierra Leone was not successful. More Sierra Leoneans died in the war within the shortest time than most war in history because the intervention was uncalled for. This one, Zainab C, where they say it's not even the country fighting themselves, but another country trying to get involved instead of cooling off the situation. All right. We'll take another call. Yes, call outside the call from.
Yes, concerned citizen. I call from Bro.
All right, you get 2 minutes.
Yeah, what me call for bakery, big is Sierra people. I can see some people as long as in a Vende or in a Timney or you belong to APC or SLPP. No matter what SLPP do, it is support from all. See, as long as you able to talk, say, now we did have power. You see, and this one, so Naimi, I call for big Sierra Leone people make who left this one. So this is the cargo the country beyond. You see, they say for do bad so they say for no more. If you attend some people say if you say in the eat and not get up, but for no more, may talk say that within a power. Hey, it's not a problem. It's not a problem. If you saw they are so, and it's just on Monday, they tell me say, bro, me na APC. You know matter, let APC go na power no more. I like you do bad. As long as the power are not today. I always say that people are the same thing back they tell you.
Yeah. Professor Lumumba, they call a good feel good effects. Let it feel good no more. Yeah. Not liking no benefits. All right, thank you very much, brother. Lord.
They pay me too much, man. They pay me.
I know. Lord, take another call. Yes, call outside the call from.
Yeah.
Yes, call outside the call from. Okay, we don't miss this caller. Yes, caller, you call back. This one they come up from J Dawes. He said Tinubu is an old man. Africa have to stop taking bribe. These white people only care about their interest. This one, Abdul Sissel, they say my advice. All right, perhaps we will just take 2 more calls and we'll end the calls. Because one read the text now. Yes, call outside the call from.
Yeah, I call from New Jersey. This is Jibrila.
All right, Jibrila, you get the platform. You get 2 minutes. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, I just want to address you make a brief comment on how African people may worship idol and they may contact the true God. But when you read the Bible, it tries to tell you say God no one follow we make anything with Jiba, something whether in heaven or within an earth for powder before. Initially, God made the can to man, and still they do. At the Garden of Eden, it can to Adam. So there is no fear to contact God. Where God already meet Moses at the burning bush. So you don't need image or intermediary.
You listen.
So Africa believe idol worship.
No, you listen. The example I make. The Catholic then. Where you go to the Catholic then. Well, they talk about generally the Christianity. This, if you ask the Catholic, then go tell you say they know they worship the image in there, then they worship God. Then get the way how the interpreter. You understand?
But the
So
action,
you know, religion, nothing where not to argument one an easy argument because it depends on the land, the south side team up for talker. You understand?
Evidence. Not to see what they argue. The evidence
Now, you evidence not universal. Religion and evidence not universal. Now that make an uncomfortable conversation. Religion because don't left her. Just go. Let we just go straight. Please.
You talk about somebody who been they make well and people and we how the salon people for do things. Yeah, you correct. We let office job too much. Not let for work to be and that's how you correct. But also the government, like I wouldn't defend for uranium now, so now Niger, because the French government want to provide energy for people. So what we try to say that things then with the government get for provide so that the people and the citizens are able for use their utilities and their services and they for able for provide for themselves jobs. Sometimes this all this will self that they give loan. And not only loan, they see the road construction. Sometimes in this country where they go to the farm instead of the market, people let the drive go to the farm, they go take the if they go, example, because the road construction, the lights, the internet, the services, so it help the citizen for able to provide job for himself. We're not better.
Nana would only pass 60 years. Still 30 days depend.
So it will not be that they can probably get joblessness, the people in the paper, the government.
All right. Thank you very much for contribution, Jibila. All right. Let's take another call. Yes, call outside the call from.
Hello.
Yeah, outside the call from.
Good evening, Mr. Komon-Tok. I call from Mr. Bannon.
All right, you get the platform. You get 2 minutes. Go ahead, please.
Hey, thank you, sir. Today I'm more glad in the way we open today the program, the advice we give. We are really glad today. Like when they talk and no money brother. Them politicians there and they don't care for one. Only waiting and care for their own family, their own relatives. So it's high time we use them, we forget about them, and we focus on the future. We focus what we want to be, as we said. Because really, like when they talk and they don't care, they don't care. Me, I do the nothing. I graduate work almost 2 years complete. I work 3 years. I know they pay me. I know they on that payroll. Now it make me I travel. I just sit on the money and say, well, I just travel. Work cancel Lebanon. Easy. We they suffer. But why they think about for go back home? I they imagine no more. If I go back, what are they going to do? What are they going to do? If I able get me small money, are they able to forget about because what they do? I they start up a business. If you are made yourself at the sell. But if you just if you straight out of you start from class 1 till you graduate, you work, they on that payroll, or you get a certificate. But like some of you, I just not be left for sit down at house. I say, oh, I don't come out, I only certificate and I sit down at house. Just be make me, I say, well, I engage in a hospital, like they do volunteer. Out of that volunteer, even the transport they give,
All
enough.
Okay, you get 30 seconds more. Go ahead.
So I just see and say, out of everything, part of planning, I go able to do something in my life where they even and forget what we book. But I really tell you, thank you. The way we open the program today, I'm glad.
All right, thank you.
Now, that's all my
Thank you
night.
very much. I appreciate that. Thank you. All right, so Fambul, we don't close the line now. These are the last lucky caller for this program. Let's rush quick and see how many texts we will take. Just will take few more texts there, and we say goodbye. We will prepare for tomorrow. Somebody from, I think Ablusi said this: my advice to the Niger people is to negotiate with the military and install the president for 1 year and call election. If not, Niger could be like Congo, Somali, a full state. Marion, you're late. Okay, you go Iwana for you. You go Iwana. This one they come up from Joseph. More like Kanu, we say this war is about France getting its uranium free of charge while Africans dying with hunger and poverty. All right, I say log on at the top first. Log on at the top. First commenters there. Okay. All right. All right. Okay. Let's take this one. Aisha Kester, good evening, Mr. Komon-Tok and team, and my wonderful people. Happy Friday. Thank you for your good work. Blessings on you. Shalom. Yeah, Aisha, how are you? Marcela Fatima Conte, blessed evening, Mr. Komon-Tok. Komon-Tok, many thanks for your time and job. May Almighty Allah continues to favor and bless you abundantly with your entire family. Yeah, thank you, Marcela. Yourself, God bless you. Isata Dumbuya. Yes, good afternoon to everyone. This one, Kalitu Kamara. Yes, how you do? KK, how you do? This one, Patricia Orward. Good evening, Mr. Komon-Tok. Yes, they do fine. I hope they say they do well. This one from Mary J. Happy Friday, everyone. Thank God it's Friday. Yes, indeed. Thank God it's Friday. Friday now. Very lovely day for Roy. Sally Jalo Sierra Leone has it all, but we citizens almost have nothing when we can emancipate ourselves from this bondage. Beatrice, good evening. Mr. Komon-Tok, and good evening to everyone. This one, Maligi Nelson, good day, guys, in this house. Ras Blos, we just the rush now, at least for now, puts the as much as names are up on the screen, as much as we can. And all right, nearly this one, Signature Madness, I see it on AYV. This one, John Rashido, this I see it on here. AYV. God will surely all people lying about Sierra Leone democracy. This one they come up from Marcela Fatima Context. I don't like watching them with their lies. If Sierra Leone is peaceful, we will leave everything in God's arms to judge them and their entire family. In Jesus' name. And this DICB said these people are mad. I wonder how much they get paid. God will punish them. This one they come from Grace Ramjeo. They say this is ridiculous. What is democracy? What is the democracy they are celebrating and defending? These people know what is going on in Sierra Leone. You guys are making fool of yourselves. All right, I'll just kind of the middle. We'll take I'll just take again. It's certain in any case that the ignorance allied with power is the most ferocious enemy justice can have. Come up from signature. All right. All right, so Fambule, I think certain okay, it's in this, it's in the block. All right, okay. Okay. All right, this is what's the number to call? And the number for call, you go get on tomorrow now because we don't close the line. And so Fambula will turn up plenty thank you. All the one that we call and the one that we able to call again. We appreciate you as always. And always at the remind we all now from how they learn, we wanna call and they will understand, we get uh, benefits. So no, I mean each and every one of we will get something for offer in our society. Lord just remember and I think I just want to make comment on three key points away some callers and raise. One caller from Freetown talk about parliament. I agree with you 100%. See, parliament, that a role. I mean, now one of the canker omna the society. In fact, not to me say, according to 2021 EU report, follow up Europe and name 5 institutions of the country as being the most corrupt. Guess what? Parliament can number 2. Yeah, Parliament can number 2. So any context where you go can number 2. You must have done something great, right? Number 2, they named that the second most corrupt institution. So that I'm making out a function. If actually, when I agree with you, if actually we get a functioning a functioning parliament, we're not partisan at all. We actually care for the interests of the people. Then yes, just like we other color than they call, we don't need ACC. We don't need that. A waste of money. We don't need that. Because the oversight responsibility then will carry out fully, judiciously, effectively, and efficiently. Yes, we don't need that. We don't need ACC. Like I say, the first video I make will go viral. One that I got for plan for now. About parliament. I go deep into the history of parliament. The parliament one assist today. Now Israeli they make them for we. Yes. When we don't get to independence, we approach we colonial masters in Britain for make them approve bill of parliament. Then reject and say no need one. They say it's time to share another money. We therefore approach the Israeli government. Now Israel are then build for we Israeli parliament too. But inside for bill of parliament, now they the first corruption come out. Yes. Not to make the make up a factor they tell you so. For make the parliament, are they the first corruption? The parliament in first corruption are they begin. The money we then give for build the parliament, the inflator. Yes. The first corruption we take, well, no, people are not see it for talk. Just for maker, the contractors there, the Syrian contractors as well as the other way come up from Israel. They inflate the amount to a point that take almost 10 times of the original budget. Not to the actual plan and the ownership. Not to him. But anyway, like I say, one day I will count a day. If you not go down, now we videos and go down, you go meet at the. But anyway, we have more than 400 videos. It go stream. I will outside for kitchen. I go count one day. I put them for alone and know the first video I ever make will go viral, where people are so appreciate. Now, parliament. So, caller, not to say when I talk about parliament, but sometimes you don't go just overdo one thing, other institution in there. Not to say sometimes we talk about the president all the time. No, we know the issues there, but sometimes, then he said, to whom much is given, much is expected. The president, like in Sierra Leone, the Whirlwind State House, technically, and they control the entire. Look, one called Texas, they put here, see, the president technically, like, they control the parliament. And if you look at the speaker, and you look at the clerk of parliament is appointed by the president. And if you look at the more like the administrative head, within that well, and particularly the kind of politics of the play at the country, say, I mean, we all know, and I don't not just go deeply. I hope so now understand. So sometimes we can hard on the president because we look at and say he get more responsibility, he get more role to play. You understand? So we also look at somebody talk about the French, how they unite. Yeah, the people in Niger, it seems as if from what they see, from what they get the report, they favor the coup. Yes, initially where it take place, they not like them protect few thousand, then come up, but now it seems that they don't rally. And now that's always like politics. You look at, you spin, even though yes, the original plan was never about French, not about France, not about uranium, but then said on fair opportunity. The scholar and the soldiers and don't find a rallying point. They don't find a rallying point, a crying point, and the entire nation seems to be buying it, or at least majority of the people in the country, or a good number of the people there seems to be buying the sentiment by France. Because now that same sentiment they use now Burkina Faso, and it's working for those military guys, and Mali, and it's working for those military guys, and it's coming back in Niger. It seems as if it's working. So the people, then seems to be celebrating, rallying a point. So that I make, bad leadership no good. Always, though we know Tom Fire Brigade, I always mention this. ECOWAS don't serve as a fire brigade. They know they prevent in the way to issue happen. So, it's just too unfortunate when we don't reach that level there, Not to things and they are all for the discourse, But anyway. Okay. We do understand. But anyway, we're going to tap the program here. Hopefully, God's grace, tomorrow we are back with another segment. We need to do with Komon-Tok there. We need to do with the Komon-Tok there. Absolutely. All right. So, as always, we remind you, if you're not subscribed, consider for subscribe. Until then, me and Mr. Komon-Tok. Bye-bye.
Attention, attention. Are you hungry for the latest insights on politics and good governance issues from the motherland, Sierra Leone? Look no further than Talking Points, your go-to platform for engaging discussions. Subscribe today and let your voice surge. Talking Points is where smart minds come alive. Subscribe now.
With Talking Points platform, you can dive into thought-provoking discussions, connect with like-minded individuals, and broaden your horizons. Be among the first to know the latest happenings in Sierra Leone. Join us today, subscribe, on YouTube, TPP Leone. Like our page, on Facebook, at Talking Points platform. It's your voice, you are in control. We believe in you. Subscribe now. Like our page. We love you.
Attention, attention. Are you hungry for the latest insights on politics and good governance issues from the motherland, Sierra Leone? Look no further than Talking Points, your go-to platform for engaging discussions. Subscribe today and let your voice surge. Talking Points is where smart minds come alive. Subscribe now.
To stop pretending that countries that just hold an election where sometimes the winner somehow magically gets 90% of the vote because all the opposition is locked up or can't get on TV, is a democracy. Democracy depends on strong institutions, and it's about minority rights and checks and balances and freedom of speech and freedom of expression and a free press and the right to protest and petition the government and an independent judiciary and everybody having to follow the law.
You must listen very carefully to your enemies, because sometimes they tell you the truth that you do not want to hear but need to hear. Sometimes you are surrounded by a coterie of people who pretend to be your friends, but they are not. They are friends of the office that you hold and the things and the doors that you can open for them. That requires discernment. That requires detachment. That requires focus. That requires selflessness. That requires intellectual firepower and spiritual contentment. Easier said than done. You know, power, it is said, corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. But I remember the great Tanzanian President Mwalimu Julius Kambarage Nyerere used to say that when you are called upon to serve, remember that you are not necessarily the best, but you've been given the honor and privilege of serving. That is why we call you honorable. That is why sometimes we even call you excellency, not because you are excellent yourself, but we expect you to do excellent things. If you surround yourself with the wrong people who will continue to worship you, very soon you get used to being worshipped, then you become a demigod and you become hostile to truth and you become attracted to flattery. The strength of character is very important, and power does not change people. Power reveals who you truly are or truly are. I've interacted with individuals even across this continent, men and women who mean well and they serve well. I was telling a friend of mine who is a senior politician in Kenya that one of the greatest hallmarks of a servant leader is that when he or she receives a letter from a citizen, he or she acknowledges the letter. And I've dealt with many African heads of state, and to their credit, quite a number of them, they will cause the letter to be acknowledged. In Kenya, which is my country, you write to leaders, they never respond. Never. Because there is arrogance, which is tragic. So what must one do when one gets into public office? Humility must never abandon you. I've had the opportunity myself of serving in public spaces in this country on 3 different occasions. And in my view, have never changed. I've always realized that power is temporal. But you must listen very carefully to your enemies, because sometimes they tell you the truth that you do not want to hear but need to hear. Sometimes you are surrounded by a coterie of people who pretend to be your friends, but they are not. They are friends of the office that you hold and the things and the doors that you can open for them. That requires discernment. That requires detachment. That requires focus. That requires selflessness. That requires intellectual firepower and spiritual contentment. Easier said than done. You know, power, it is said, corrupts, and absolute power corrupts, absolutely. But I remember the great Tanzanian President Mwalimu Julius Kambarage Nyerere used to say that when you are called upon to serve, remember that you are not necessarily the best, but you've been given the honor and privilege of serving. That is why we call you honorable. That is why sometimes we even call you excellency, not because you are excellent yourself, but we expect you to do excellent things. If you surround yourself with the wrong people who will continue to worship you, very soon you get used to being worshipped, then you become a demigod and you become hostile to truth and you become attracted to flattery. The strength of character is very important, and power does not change people. Power reveals who you truly are or truly are. I've interacted with individuals even across this continent, men and women who mean well and they serve well. I was telling a friend of mine who is a senior politician in Kenya that one of the greatest hallmarks of a servant leader is that when he or she receives a letter from a citizen, he or she acknowledges the letter. And I've dealt with many African heads of state, and to their credit, quite a number of them, they will cause the letter to be acknowledged. In Kenya, which is my country, you write to leaders, they never respond. Never. Because there is arrogance, which is tragic. So what must one do when one gets into public office? Humility must never abandon you. I've had the opportunity myself of serving in public spaces in this country on 3 different occasions. And in my view, have never changed. I've always realized that power is temporal and that you only do your bit and leave. As William Shakespeare once said, all the world is but a stage. We have our comings and goings. If you remember that, you'll remember to always have humility as your shadow. Most African politicians, I'm very reluctant to use the word leaders when I make reference to most African politicians. They occupy positions of leadership, but they are not leaders, most of them. First of all, the intention with which they enter into leadership is the problem. They seek office because they love power and privilege and opportunity that it provides to them. They want to become wealthy. And the easiest and shortest avenue to wealth in Africa today is public office. With the minimum effort, you become a multi-millionaire. They go there in order to be worshipped. And they go there not to do the right thing. And once they have been in office, they do so many wrong things that it becomes dangerous for them to leave office. So their continued occupation of office is also to ensure that they enjoy immunity that comes with office. But when you are a good leader who does the right thing, you do not fear to leave office because nothing has changed. And I've seen leaders of that ilk in this part of the continent. And there are quite a number of sprinkling of leaders who have left office and are doing great things. Joachim Chissano in Mozambique. Ifikepunye Pohamba in Botswana. People like my good friend Jakaya Mrisho Kikwete, Ali Hassan Mwinyi in Tanzania, Benjamin William Mkapa, Joachim Chissano, as I've said, of Mozambique. These are people who have left office and nothing is happening to them because they are men and women of integrity. John Mahama of Ghana. There are quite a number of them now across the continent who do not fear being out of office, and they are doing great things once they leave office. But there are others who will never leave office, because the day they leave office,